Well, hey people, it's a Pokemon fan here, ready to start episode 2 of my Paper Mario Let's Play. So, yeah, um, well, I have changed things a little bit, I think, so let me know if you notice any differences in quality and whether they're good or bad. But anyway, we are about to have our first real battle. Oh boy, we're getting a little lag here, but that's okay, you know? I mean, honestly, even though this is a game that doesn't emulate well, it's still very fun. I mean, if you're willing to look past the graphics and stuff, it's really an amazing game, and you'll see why later. But anyway, of course, this being basically your first fight, you really can't lose. I mean, unless you purposely don't attack, which actually, if you look over here, you do have the option to do nothing, which could help you later, but yeah. Right now, all you can do is use your jump and hammer attack. And he says full power, all he does is deal 1 more damage to you, and at this point, you will be able to knock him out. So yeah. And yes, as he explained, star points are basically this game's experience. Every 100 you gain, you level up, and there are a total of 27 levels. Which I probably will not get all of those, because in order to get all of them requires, well, quite a lot of grinding. As you saw, I'm pretty sure in the last episode, yes indeed, I did get that item that was in that tree. And now that we have the hammer, we can break this block. And I'll let the game explain this. It's pretty simple, it just heals you. Anyway, we go on this little bouncy thing, we can get an item, a fire flower. Now, really, you were supposed to get this mushroom first, and then it would do that little explanation, but hey, who cares? Anyway, now it's time for our first real battles. So in this game, you have something called first strikes, which are a bit glitchy in the animation, but whatever, you know. The important thing is that if you do a first strike, you get to do some damage on your opponent before the battle even really starts. However, some enemies can also do first strikes to you, so you should watch out. And there's also a possibility that if you just simply run into an enemy, that you may not have any strikes. So yeah. But as you see, if you do get the first strike on these simple enemies, then, you know, you barely even have to battle them, unless there are a few of these which have multiple. But, yeah. And obviously, since this is the beginning, the enemies will be super easy, but there will be much more battling mechanics later. And there we go. Now, I will be trying to fight most of the enemies, but I'm not going to try to go for every single one. Now, honestly, I'm getting kind of annoyed by that first strike thing, how it always lags, so yeah, I mean, I did say I changed something, so I guess I'll go back to how it was before. But I still think I did a good job balancing my mic and game audio, though. Although, you know, let me know what you think. Is this good? Can you hear the game audio okay? I mean, is there any major problems, you know? I mean, I know obviously this is emulated, so it's not going to be that great, but hey. I've been really wanting to do this game for a long time. So, yeah. Anyway, there's gonna be a big annoying conversation between all these Goombas, and I just think it's incredibly boring. But and you know what? Just for the sake of, because this can be kind of confusing, I'll let the game do some explanation. Okay, and now that that long conversation is over, it's about time we healed. Alright. Well, I say we save just in case, you never know. And also from this tree we can get a Goom Nut, which will help restore some FP if we ever need it. Yes, I guess I'll listen and put the silly badge on. It's just when you have such low FP in this part of the game, it's kind of better to just, you know, stick with your normal jump attacks, especially because all these enemies are pretty weak. So he's just telling you how you can do this, and you know what? Let's show off the tattle ability of Goombario, because, I mean, you could say that it's pretty useless, I mean, especially if you play this game a lot, but you never know. Goombario can be helpful, but at the same time, he's the only partner in the game, which that, if was not present, would really not change anything. All of the other partners are useful in puzzles throughout the entire game, so, you know, your choice. Yeah, I am definitely switching plugins next time. I did not know that that first strike animation was going to be so glitchy. So, sorry about that. And something interesting, if these flying Goombas are low enough, you can actually hit them with your hammer, but yeah. Guess I'm not gonna be successful that time, but that's okay. Okay, let's show power jump. Essentially, it's just a more stronger version of the standard jump. And while most badges will just give you extra attacks, there are some interesting things like, well, you'll see. Honestly, I don't want to, spoil anything this early, so yeah. And there's a Spike Goomba. Let's tattle it just because we can. And I'd get rid of it first because the Spike Goombas do 2 damage, and honestly, even though that isn't a big deal right now, I'd still like to not take too much damage. But yeah. So funny thing, this sign actually gives you a mushroom, but there are some that actually say beware of Goombas, and actually instead of dropping a mushroom, they spawn a Goomba enemy. I'm gonna try to avoid that one. Anyway, we are about to face our first mini boss. And that music is awesome, at least in my opinion. And there we go. We're getting pretty close to 100 star points. And off they go. Well, I'd say we've done pretty good this episode, and we're actually coming up just about on 15 minutes, and even though I could upload longer, I don't honestly like to, because, it's not good to have videos that are too long, at least in my opinion. Anyway, this has been episode 2 of my Paper Mario Let's Play. This is Zolt Pokemon Fan, out.